Ladies and gentlemen, what's good, man? It's the Build Different podcast. It's 11:18 p.m. Eastern time, and we just got done with a with a little thriller. The Mavs and the Timberwolves. Mavs and the Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards said, he couldn't wait for Kyrie.
Bring your
Why?
ass,
What? Wait.
right?
Well, no. He wasn't talking to Kyrie when he said that though. He
No,
was
no,
talking
no.
to he was talking to Chuck. He was talking to Charles Barkley, but
Right.
he said, his matchup was Kyrie, and he was like, yeah, he can't wait. So game one, he got kind of gassed. It didn't. I don't feel like it affected him too much, but you saw it. And Kyrie went off first half more than the second half. Mavs took game one. How'd
Uh,
you how'd you feel about it?
so Kai said it. Kai said, man, he wanted to set the tone, and I'm gonna go on the record, man. Kyrie is the greatest finisher the NBA has ever seen in their history. I
Finisher
don't
as
care,
in at the rim?
man, from Vince Carter to Michael Jordan to whoever you want to name.
Yeah,
Kyrie
he's crazy.
Irving is the greatest finisher. Kyrie Irving is a top 10 talent in NBA history. It's gonna be tough because I think the Timberwolves, bro, had like 6 or 7 niggas in double figures. It was like they played a really good team game, man. They was in control of the game. I mean,
McDaniels had
McDaniels played
what,
phenomenal.
five
Luca
threes,
had a
6
bad
threes?
game, actually. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be tough for the Timberwolves. And I didn't
Luca
expect
finished
it.
down the stretch though. Down the stretch, Luca. I think he had like a 7-0 run. So it might have been in the
I think
fourth
it's going
quarter.
10 to 15 or something in the fourth quarter. I think 15 in the fourth
Yeah.
quarter, 10, something like that. Yeah.
But
So he
specifically, he had a
finished.
run where it was 7 straight points. I think he had like a step back three, hit a he was from mid range like he do. Like that shot, like that's it's fun to watch, bro. Like just dudes that are just that skilled, like his ability to just those little subtle movements. And to me, I'm like, oh, he's guarded. Or I think like from looking at the TV, I'm like, oh, he's guarded. And it's
Little
like
bit of space.
that little bit of space is all he need, and then it's
Bro,
just
when
going
you're
in. It's
you're
crazy.
you're taught, I guess, as a defender and offensive player, all you need once you get eyes on the rim, it's too late. If you
Mm.
allow the offensive player to get eyes on the rim, it's too late because everything again is just muscle memory. Once you see it and you start to release it, like it's way too late. I'm still picking the Timberwolves. I still feel,
Why?
man. I think Ant is that difference maker. I just think Ant is that guy. Is uncharted waters, but he'll figure it out. I think the Timberwolves again. They had 6 or 7 niggas in double figures. If they can get that consistently, that's a recipe for success. They might
That's
not
why
have
they
won.
should have. That's why they should have won the night because they had 6, 7 niggas in double figures. So now they're trying to count on that. It didn't even get them a win tonight. I feel as though and for the Mavs, other than big man, what's his name? Gallup. He was, finishing in the paint, but that's just off of like, double teams, whatever. They was, killing them on the boards as far as him and Lively. But it was Luca and Kyrie. It was Luca and Kyrie. Kyrie more so in the first half, Luca more so in the second half, fourth quarter, and then PJ Washington, he hit some shots. But like if the role players really, really step up and they're hitting shots, like early on they wasn't hitting shots like that. They're hitting shots. It's even worse for Timberwolves. And it was on the Timberwolves home court. And I'm not saying obviously last series, Timberwolves, Denver, they went 2 on Denver's court. Denver got 2 on their court. And you know what I'm saying? The higher you go up in the playoffs, I feel like, you know, I feel like the home court doesn't matter as much. It matters a lot. It's still basketball, but at the same time, I figure it doesn't matter as much because it's high level teams, highly skilled teams, great players. So anybody can lose any night. But I think that the Mavs get on their home court. They already stole one on yours. It's just gonna look even worse. They got 2 great players, Luca, Kyrie, maybe one of the best, definitely one of the best backcourts the game has ever seen. So I don't know. I think this is where it ends for Ant. He had a good run. He gonna need to go back. They're gonna have to regroup. Maybe add somebody. Maybe add LeBron. Come back and maybe add LeBron. Maybe draft
Man,
Bronny.
what
Add
is that
LeBron.
supposed to do? What is that gonna do?
That's gonna get him over the hump. Draft Bronny. Add
Man, y'all better
LeBron,
stop.
and then
Y'all better stop
they
drinking
can
that
come back.
nonsense.
And then they can come
So
back.
remember, they said this. They said Ant was done 3-2 against the defending champs.
Who said he
They
was
thought
done?
Ant was done.
I think he was
Son, they
done.
was took when
At
they was
that
down
point,
3-2.
they but they got two on their court. So at that point, it was you know what I mean. It was what it was. They didn't. I didn't think necessarily think. Here's what I definitely thought. I thought they could definitely win Game 6.
Yeah,
I
but you didn't
wasn't.
think they were gonna win Game 7.
So and then Game 7 is Game 7. I might have picked Denver for Game 7 in my head, but Game
So
7 is Game 7
when Denver was up crazy, you thought it was over, right?
in Game 7. Yeah, I thought they would win Game 7, but I'm saying Game 7 is Game 7. That's like when the New York Knicks and the Pacers went to Game 7. That's why we all tune in for Game 7. That's when the playoffs. That's when the basketball playoffs becomes the NFL playoffs. It's
Yeah, but
win or go
again, he's
home.
been counted out already. He was counted out against the defending champs, and now you're counting him out down one game. Like that's
I'm
crazy.
not like
Like
he
that's
wasn't
crazy.
counted
You said
out.
it's time for him to
They
go
went.
home.
They got up 2-0. I'm count. What I'm saying right now is, uh, uh, the Mavericks are gonna win this series. They're up 1-0. They stole one on the road. They're gonna win this series. Kyrie, the greatest finisher the game has ever seen. You said that.
Right?
Kyrie and Luca, best backcourt. One of the best backcourts the NBA has ever seen. I feel as though they can't be.
Oh,
He's not
I
about to
get it.
overcome them.
This is because you picked the Denver in 5 why you're so confident right now, because you picked Denver in 5 against the
I that's
Lakers.
This is what I do. I picked Denver 5. I wasn't even gonna talk about that. I was right about that. So it is what it is. Like this is what I do. I'm telling you. So you was
uh,
wrong last time. You didn't believe in me, and now you still
I gave
want to
LeBron
pick
too much
against me.
credit. That was my fault. That was my fault. I went against my norm.
I told you he was gonna improve because that's what he does. He improves. He's gonna get better. He got another. He got a game where he got swept last time.
Moral victories, man.
Look,
We love
bro,
it.
it's not even a moral victory. That's you. But the thing is, like LeBron is 40 something years old. It's the twilight of his career, and I love how it's like we still expecting him to carry teams to the playoffs and be that guy, like
Nobody's
counting it
expecting that. That's
against
the
him.
problem. It's not expected.
Okay,
It's
so
not.
then
It's
then
not
it's really nothing
expected.
to talk
I
about
just thought
there.
I just thought he would get more than a win. I just thought he was good enough to get more than a win. That's all.
He's old now.
You know what I'm
Anthony
saying?
Davis, you thought Anthony Davis was good enough, and maybe that wasn't the case. But that's just
Anthony
what it is.
Davis was good enough to win them a ring. So yeah, of course I would think Anthony Davis is good enough to get them more than a win against the defending champs. But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. LeBron's in the twilight of his career. Everything that he's doing now, this is house money, as far as I'm concerned. The things that we're seeing, we've never seen before from a guy at his age. So it's house money. I'm not really, I'm not
right.
really, I'm not really worried about that.
I mean, that is what it is. The foolish bring him to Dallas and Bronny is crazy, but I mean to the Timberwolves
I
to the
didn't. I
Timberwolves is
said
crazy.
Minnesota.
Right, right. Yeah, to Minnesota is crazy, but I'm not man. Ant Man, they're gonna win. He's gonna win the series. He's gonna take Minnesota to the championship, and I'm standing on that. It's gonna take 7 games. He's gonna figure it out. You don't
Based
get
on
compared to the likes of Kobe and Jordan, and you don't come through. It just is what it is.
based on um what you saw tonight, what do you think went wrong for the Timberwolves? What do you think they need to improve on, or need to switch, or what adjustment does the coach need to make so he can make sure they get game 2?
So first off, what I'll do is I'll tell Cat, hey, look, man, like I get it. You know, Cat is in a number 2 role when he should be a number 3. So Minnesota
Mm.
lacks a lot of scoring options,
Cat
and
should be a
and
number
that's
3. He's
yeah,
a
Cat is a 3.
ain't he like a two-time All NBA,
I don't give a
three-time All
damn what that
Star.
is. You know, I mean, Draymond was all NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like, what that mean to me? That don't
I
mean
mean,
nothing
but
to
that's a
me.
good. That's like a great team. The Golden State Warriors.
Right. So my point of bringing that is like you can be all NBA, especially when you're on a Minnesota team where you're the only option and they don't. There's not much talent on the team, right? You get all the shots, but their success wasn't even really that relevant until Ant was drafted, right?
Hmm.
So my whole point is they drafted Ant because they needed a number one. Carl to me is a man. He's a big man to space the floor. He's Chris Bosh to a degree, right? Chris Bosh was third tier to Dwayne Wade and LeBron James, right? Klay Thompson was third tier
But
to
Chris Bosh was the man before he joined the Big Three.
right, and Carl Anthony
You know
Towns
what I mean?
was the man with Minnesota like he was with Toronto, but it didn't lead to success with you being the number one, right?
So
So
you saying for a championship team, they need all of that. Like he has to be number three. They need somebody better than a
I think that so
Cat.
so so look now look at it look at it look at its surface, right? Clay was a great 3 and D. They won a championship without KD, right?
Mhm.
Clay was a great. They had man their nucleus, their core was crazy. Sean Livingston, Iggy, they had a great team. Curry was the offensive juggernaut. Clay was the shooter. All right.
Right.
So for them to win a ring, no, I'm not saying that you need another alpha player, but you need another offensive. And Cat is just inconsistent enough and isn't utilizing his greatest gift, which is his size and his skill set in the paint, to be successful to make the game easier. He shot over 10 threes, I believe. He shot
Mhm.
maybe 20 something shots for 19, 20 points. You're stuck to the three, man. Just go to the corner then, right? Like at the end,
But he's hitting them threes though, bro.
he's probably one of the best big man shooters of all time. I'm not knocking him for that. But at what time do you realize my greatest gift is my power and my presence on the interior, right? Let me go kill inside. And that's what he did to close out Denver. If you remember, it wasn't the
Mhm.
3 points; it was his aggressiveness getting to the cup. And I saw too much. Like, first of all, it was 30 something seconds left. You take that deep three to try to tie the game and take the lead, and it's like, bro, again, that's where you find a way to get Ant the ball to create for you. And then again, 17 seconds left, you take another deep three. You're down four, right? Slow the game up. Get to the paint. Make it a free throw game. Get an easy two. Foul. Hope they miss, right? Like you just taking that
Mhm.
three because right, you can shoot it, but you gotta kind of know basketball. And he's not, and that's why I just say he's a really good three on a championship team. Can they
Okay.
win? I hope they win. I think Ant is that dominant of an offensive and defensive both sides of the ball where he can impact the game. But if they don't win, they have to go either get a guy or trade him for a guy. For real.
Mm. Okay. Okay. So
So
Cat, wait. So, because I remember we was having this discussion before. What's his name? You just said it. You just said his name. Played with Steph, Splash Bros. Uh, Clay. Could could did I was that I didn't say Minnesota at that time, did I? But
nah,
could
you ain't
Clay?
call Minnesota the destination.
But could Clay be that guy? No, he's too old at this point.
Nah, I don't think Clay fits that mold either. The thing that's gonna work good for Golden State with Clay is Kaminga's on the ascension. So it kind of be like a Draymond, Kaminga, Steph trio, and Clay's the Iggy now, right? Comes
Mm,
off the bench, and more so than defense, he's your shooter that spaces the floor. He's not that. He wouldn't. He would help because they need better. Like Mike Conley is a great floor general that can hit the three. I love, but he's undersized point. I mean, Nas Reed is phenomenal. I mean, they have the
right.
length and the size, the athleticism. They have defensively everything they need. They just don't. They just again, if they win, hats off to them. I just don't see offensively how, especially if you go against a Boston, how you have enough options to kind of weather storms when they make their runs. And that's what happened with the Dallas game. Luca, Kyrie, PJ, they made their runs. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like basketball is a game of runs. They made a run when it mattered and they just couldn't recover. They just didn't have enough. And when you double ant, now you just leave it. And with basketball, I don't know in football what they say, but you play the percentages. And the percentages for them is really low.
Right. Right. I mean, not with the way Jaden Daniels was hitting. Wait, did
Right.
I
And
say it? Yeah, Jaden
yeah,
Daniels, right?
yeah.
I don't know why I was
And,
thinking
and
of bro from the Commanders. Do they
the
got the same
quarterback,
name?
yeah, Jaden Daniels, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool, yeah. But he was
Uh,
hitting, so it was it was working. You know what I mean? And then Kyle Anderson, he was hitting
this
that you know what I'm saying, that
Kyle
floater in
Anderson.
the middle of
Listen, Kyle Anderson in the league. I don't know why I'm not in the I know I'm not 6'9" like Kyle Anderson. Why am I not in the league,
bro,
bro?
bro,
Like,
one on one,
why?
bro. He's grilling you.
Why? This is crazy. But I so to give you that consistently, then, nigga, you got something. But can he? Again, it's the game of
That's what
percentage.
I just said.
With this,
I don't think he will.
right. So again, now what do you do? Because Kyrie's on at 4 points in the second, or 6 points in the second half. You're going to get more from Kyrie. Luca shot 30, what, man, I think 28 shots for 33 points or 34 points. Luca's going to be better. I think Luca might have only had like 6 assists. He's going to get better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So, again, I believe in Ant. Like, I think Ant will find a way because he'll be better. He had 19. He'll
right.
be better. No, maybe 22,
Yeah, he had
maybe
19 points,
eight
11
assists.
rebounds, eight assists.
Right.
Luca
He'll be,
had 33. You said
but
you
28
was
shots.
hating on Luca.
No, he like
You was
28
hating on
shots, right?
Luca.
29 shots.
Hold up a
You'll
second,
never,
because I want to pull it up.
yeah.
I want to pull it up because why you told me he had like 20 points or 24 points or something like that?
Nah, I said Kyrie had 20, he only had 6 points in the second half. He had 24 points in the first half.
All right, so this is Mavs. Hold on.
Yeah, Luca
Oh,
right there.
why is it sorted like this?
Yeah, what is that? Field goal percentage, field goal attempts. All right, 26. He had 26 attempts, right? So he shot 46% from the field. You know what I'm saying? He'll
Yeah.
be better. You know what I mean? Like he'll be better. And you did a good job of containing him, right? You didn't close, but Luca, man, they're gonna get there, right? The job is to
Mhm.
slow them down, make them inefficient. You know what I'm saying? Like he only had what 7 assists, 6 rebounds. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
3 for 10 from the three. You did
Eight
a
eight assists. 8 assists. 6 rebounds.
yeah, you did a good job. like Luca's a
On
war, huh,
That's a good job. Luke is
bro?
great then. I mean, he is great, but I'm
Luke,
saying
he's
like
great. Right,
33.
right. He shot 46% from the field. That's a
And
good
that's what
job.
I'm telling you. And that's what I'm telling you, bro. Like, they're not about to like. They're just like what you're saying. Like, that's a good job.
Right,
So
but
they're bringing that every night. You got to deal with that.
right.
I don't know
And
if I don't know if Ant is gonna continue to guard
you're right.
Kyrie.
That's yeah, but you saw what he did to Jamal Murray, right? And I'm not saying Jamal Murray's Kyrie, but he has that. He has that
But we
ability,
saw
and
first. I know, but we saw first night that he
he
got a
was
little
gassed.
gas,
He got
right?
gassed.
So are they gonna say we need him on the offensive end? We want him. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
gonna say I'm still locking in. He's their
Okay.
best option. If you want to
Okay.
win, right? And he's gonna be better. He's gonna be
Okay.
10 times better. And they lost by 4. And
Okay.
he was
But
poor
on
and
their
he was
home court, on their
right.
home court,
So do you think they're
when
gonna
the
get
role
game
players
2?
didn't do much.
They
If
didn't.
they got
They
if they
did. They
game hold on. If they
who
get
didn't do
game
much.
2 points, okay, so point. Kyrie Irving, am I tripping? This is 30, right?
No,
Oh,
Kyrie had 30. He had 30. He had 6 in he had 30.
Kyrie had 30. Luca 33. Nobody else even at 15. Hold on, let me try to. How do I move
Where's
this over? I probably just gotta zoom out. All right, cool. So points. Nobody else even at 15. We got 13. We got 10 here. 3 point. 3 points made. PJ Washington had was 2 of 8. We got well, no, that's Kyrie.
right? You get
Josh
but
Green
look
1 of 2.
though, you
I
get
mean,
you
who?
get hold on, but listen though, you get 50% from Luka and Kai, bro. Like that's
That's what.
essentially what you want. So again, that's a recipe. And if you go to Minnesota, they had a collective. If Ant is 4.65 points better, 1 point a quarter, essentially a point and a half, whatever, a point and a third, they win. So that's what you're asking of him to be better. 5 points better. You see what I'm saying? Like, so
Okay.
I understand that everybody's gonna be better. What Minnesota stands on is their defense. Their defense doesn't waver. So if you keep bringing the energy and the defensive effort like that, you got to understand it's going to be a long night for those guys too. Yes, we expect them to be better,
It didn't.
but
It
if
didn't look like a long night for him though.
so, all right,
That was the thing I
24.
kept seeing.
You
That
saw
was the thing I kept
24,
seeing.
then you saw 6. You saw a horrible first. You saw a really bad first half from Luka. Then you saw a really good 7 minutes.
But
So
they're
so
never gonna. It's never gonna be, just hitting on all cylinders the entire time. But
right,
what I'm saying is, they weren't even like getting no crazy runs to where they was getting away like we saw them do against Denver, where we really saw that defense locked down.
because you
When
didn't
they
have
was
the
playing, this
offensive
whole game
juggernauts.
was back and forth. This whole game was okay. Boom, we're down 5. Okay, we just brought it right back. We're down 2. Okay, you up 6. We just brought it right back. We're down 2 again. Now we're down 1. They started to get the lead. You know what I'm saying, in the fourth, but they could never put them away. They could never defend enough to really get any separation from them. So that's what I mean when I say
Right, but you just said this is the Western Conference Final. Home court don't matter. They're a really good team. So this is what it's a like. Hopefully, we don't see 20-point victories and leads. Right? You want to see really good basketball for
right.
the
But
whole.
when you talk up, but that's the point. So when you talk about their defense, it may be that because we're on, this is the Western Conference Finals, that I'm not gonna say they can't. Yeah, they can't depend on it.
They
I,
can't
I
depend
will
on
say that.
defense.
No, they can't depend on their defense
What?
against these guys because they're
Yes,
gonna
you
score on them.
can. But
It's
hold
like the
on.
NFL. It's like the NFL. Like how he's like, look, like it's offensively driven now. So right now, the way I'm looking at it, or the way from what I just saw, it's gonna be where they can play the best defense that they can play, but hey, they're gonna get theirs. So we gotta
No, yeah,
come with ours. Simple as
right.
that.
So nobody's telling you that you got to hold Luca to 15 points because that's not going to happen. So you
Right.
you have to make it a long and difficult night for them, which is what they did. If Ant is a point better, they win. So you're asking Ant, Luca
At
33,
home.
Ant to give you 25, 24, and you win a game. So that isn't that more doable? You don't think that's doable?
And like we said, and Nasri had 15. Anderson gave you 11. Rudy Gobert gave you 12.
You're gonna
Okay,
get
Towns
that
gave you
though.
16. Jaden McDaniels gave you 24. Is he good for another 24?
Then
No.
you give 10,
He's
you give so look, you give 10 of his 24 to Ant, and you said and that's more realistic.
Will Ant get them 10?
Yes, bro.
All right.
Like you, I'm telling you, doubt.
All right.
Stop
That's your
doing that.
man's.
Stop
That's your
doing
man's.
that. You've been
That's
paying
your
attention.
man's.
Stop doing that.
That's your man's,
They
bro.
just took out the defending champs, bro. Stop doing that.
We're gonna see. Hey, look, man, Pacers and Celtics. Game 2 is gonna be tomorrow, 8 p.m.
Man,
All
Pacers
right,
might get
so
swept.
Pacers might get swept. I
Yeah,
mean,
Pacers
bro,
might get
they
swept,
choked.
bro.
They
Bro,
choked, bro. Like they had that game. Um, Rick Carlisle, it was on him. It was also just on the players too. Like y'all got to be clutch. Like it got to be. Halliburton, you're a great player, talented player. It's time to be a dog. You know what I mean?
Man, you fumble the
All
ball
that,
out on
yeah,
the
bro.
you fumble the ball on the when you're bringing the ball up court, and you know, man, people. I don't even know if it was you. I'm having this discussion about Boston people. And I'm like, yo, Drew Holiday. Somebody said, man, I didn't even remember Drew was on that team. And I'm telling it
Uh,
like Drew Holiday is that guy defensively. And
okay.
again, he proved it. That's why you bring him there. He locks up the best players. And in the biggest moment, he did what he needed to do. And just like your point about Minnesota, man, they could have stole one in Boston. That was their only chance. They don't win game two. Boston comes out more focused because I'm pretty sure Boston went in there like, go smack them. Then you get Porzingis back for game three, and then it really just starts to just get out of hand.
And the thing about it is, now one thing works for the Pacers is their style of play.
Very
Um,
fast.
I
Yep, very
love I,
fast.
I love the way they play. I love the way they play. That's the way I play. You know what I'm saying? When I hoop, I like to play like that. You know what I'm saying? I like to just dish and then, what I'm saying, move without the ball, dish, cut, find the open man. I don't like it's too many players nowadays. I'm gonna tell you the problem with the game right nowadays. And I don't know why you laughing. This
Yeah.
is what you can tell your kids when you coach them. The problem with the game nowadays, too many guys, they too focused on ISO. It's ISO ball. Everybody want to look pretty. Everybody want to look cute. You know what I'm saying? And do all the dribble moves and everything like that. Team ball. Every man moving without the ball, running sets, running plays, screen, off ball screens, moving, throwing, you know what I'm saying? Passing the ball, cutting. That's what works. And that's what the Pacers do. And so when they play like that, and then the pace that they play, and they never let their foot off the gas, who knows? They can, you know what I'm saying? They can get out on the Celtics. One of them nights where Brown isn't hitting because he's the X factor. I think Tatum, and we've seen Tatum just what for whatever reason just be off. So let's see game two. Let's see, what I think that's gonna really set it in stone for me because if they really like that, if the Pacers are really like that, they'll steal game two. But if they not, they're gonna get swept. We gonna see where they heart at game two.
I'm a believer that the Pacers made it here by fate, not by talent. Um,
Mm,
they just had it just was tailor made, and now they run into a brick wall. And I really think like it's no way they man. I'm not even a gentleman sweep. That was their chance. And I've seen it like that
mm.
was their chance. Boston's gonna get this, and Boston's gonna sweep. It's just I when I Indiana
I
has
think
a
I
lot.
think they get at least I think they get at least one at home. Even like you said, gentleman sweep, right? That's 4-1.
Nah, I said Indiana has a lot of depth, but I don't think they have enough talent. If you're understanding what I'm saying, like they have guys, enough guys they can insert, but it's not enough to handle Boston's consistent. Like it just it's not adding up to me, which is why I'm just stuttering. Like I just don't see it.
Mm.
I don't see where they win unless Boston just has a complete breakdown. Like injury, unless it's a complete breakdown. If it's not a sweep, I'm shocked. If it goes past 5 games, I'm never talking basketball again.
Okay. Do we
I
have a
just don't see
promise?
it.
Is
No,
that is that a,
I don't, I don't promise it because then I just have to sit here and listen to you talk basketball. I just
that'd
can't
be
do it.
fine with me.
I just
That'd be fine
can't
with
do
me.
it. I just can't
That'd
do
be
it.
fine with me.
Yeah.
That'd be fine with
So,
me.
but I just don't see it. I don't see it. Um,
Okay, so you got let's be clear. You have the Timberwolves and you have the Celtics in the finals.
right,
Correct.
right.
And and what do you think happens then?
I say Minnesota gets their first chip.
Well, look, if they make it, I think they'll. I think that. Listen, I I think that Ant is too much of a dog for the Celtics. I don't. It's something about the Celtics. They just seem soft to me. I'm sorry. It's something about them. Um, some about them just don't seem like they got somebody that's going to really
That was Marcus Smart, and they got rid of him.
right. That's what I'm saying. They just seem soft. So I feel like if Ant goes against that, he gonna eat him up. But what he got in front of him right now, he got to finish that first, and he ain't finna finish that. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be stuck at the table. So
Listen, I would love for Kyrie to prove every single doubter wrong about him.
that's my team right
I would
now.
love it, but I just don't. Can we say Kyrie's the greatest sidekick of all time? Is that safe to say?
Nah,
No, not yet. And this
he's
is why
not.
I say that.
I don't even look at him as a side. I don't look at him. I look at him. He might. Damn, he might have been a sidekick with LeBron. And
How is it?
and
How is it his sidekick? So the reason why I say that is because tonight I saw him defer in the closing, and I didn't like it because I'm such a Kyrie fan. But I understand be the alpha in order for that team to win and accept it, and I think he's accepted it. I think he's accepted. All right, I'll set the tone in the beginning because I've been here before, but I'm gonna let my guy finish. He didn't.
I mean that's what
Though. He
leaders
didn't do that with Braun. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what leaders do. He just it's about making the right decision for the game. And I'm sure if the
that's
game
why I
maybe was
said the
going
sidekick.
another way, but I don't think that necessarily makes you a sidekick.
So listen,
Do you see what I'm saying?
if he makes it to the finals, he's gonna save Luka's career.
If LeBron and AD, would I call LeBron a sidekick to AD? Even
Braun was
though
sidekick to AD in the bubble
a side, bro, I wouldn't call that a sidekick. Clay has always been a sidekick to Steph. Like, you know what I'm saying?
because he
That's a
never was the
different
one. Because he never was the guy. When KD came, people still was saying that was Steph's team. You didn't know who the main guy, who the sidekick was, even though Steph deferred to KD in closing minutes, right? But you never
Wade was a
called him that,
sidekick to
huh?
Wade was a sidekick to Bron.
The
I
second
think
year,
that was set in stone.
no, that was the second year. That was the issue. Nobody knew who was going to take the final shot. Wade even said, "Look, after the first year, I decided to let Braun know this is your team." And I think Kyrie has done that with Luka. But my whole point is, if they make it to the finals, he's going to save Luka's career like he saved Braun's. At that point, you're going to see Uncle Drew in his finest moment because what he does is he closes in the biggest moments. And you'll see that in the finals, I feel like. But I don't think they're getting past Ant because I think you're going to see possibly a 40-point game in two nights. Hey, Friday,
We're not gonna see that. We're not gonna see that. Mavs gonna win the series and they're gonna win the championship. Jason Tatum gonna get to the
Boston going to sweep
finals
these
and
niggas.
then lose.
Boston going to sweep these
Yeah,
niggas.
and
And I
then
do
but
think,
they
yeah, I think you need to break those two up. Um, Jalen actually saved. If they would have lost that game, man, Tatum would have got dragged,
would have been
bro.
bad.
Like I man, not from a talent perspective, but he's digressing from some type of like he's just digressing from where like man he was supposed to be the face of the league. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's why I was telling you. I was like, something about them. Um, I was like, it just don't seem right to me. It just don't seem like I said, if Ant goes up against them, and even if Kyrie and Luca go up against them, like Kyrie and Luca, they aggressive. They're going at it. They're going after you. They're coming. So I just don't think that they have what it takes to get past either one of those teams. So they're not winning their championship this year, and so he's going to have to answer more questions.
So
Let me get your. Go
hold
ahead.
on, before you get there, I do want to transition, and I want to spend just a few minutes because I know I don't have because of the camera. Being the football guy, all right, I know your
Mhm.
answer, but I do want to get your opinion on this just to kind of see what you think. What's the easier transition? Football to basketball or basketball to football?
Easier transition.
Can you take
What are we talking NBA? We're talking NBA and NFL?
can you take more guys out of the NBA and put them in the NFL, or can you take more guys out of the NFL and put them in the NBA? And who's going to be successful, more successful? So I'm assuming
You say
you
more
didn't
guys.
bring this topic up a couple days ago.
No, I've no. I've seen this. I've seen this topic, and
Okay.
I'm trying to formulate the thing. The problem is, so whatever you answer, like whatever I was to answer, if I say, "Oh, it's easier NFL, it's easier NBA," it's like it's by such a slim margin, or just by a slim amount. My problem is for NBA players coming to the NFL, it's so much as far as technique involved with football, but just not only that, bro, the toughness level that it takes to play the game of football is different. You know what I'm saying? Than NBA and what those guys go through on a nightly basis. I don't know if they'll be able to withstand or take the hits that NFL guys take, and then just whatever position there is, and then based on their height, it's a lot of positions they can't even play. Most of the guys in that'll be in the NBA, and then vice versa. Basketball is an extremely skilled game as well. Um, Obviously, you'll have some guys who are extremely explosive that'll come from the NFL that I think can do damage. Because we've seen guys like a Nate Robinson, whatever, Spud Webb, Allen Iverson, a lot of guys. Simple as that. Ty Lawson, whoever it may be, that can be under a 6'3" and still uh, go crazy. And we have there's a lot of guy. Matter of fact, I'm convincing myself. I think NFL to NBA is probably easier than NBA to NFL for sure.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I just don't see it. If you're telling me you want to take a guy out of the NFL and put him on the team and hand him a basketball, and now you got to dribble and shoot, that's a lot. That takes a lot more time and a lot more, like you said, skill to develop than it is for me to learn to run a route, to learn to run a streak, to run a comeback, right? To learn gaps to run through as a running back. Um, and take whatever you think and NBA guys don't have in reference to toughness because we're not guys aren't getting tackled. But that's still a ignorant comment to think that being an athlete and a competitor means that you don't have the fortitude to be able to take a hit. Like, man,
And
we're
the
competitors, we're
explosion, and
athletes, bro.
it's
Like,
so much the explosion and um the athleticism is different. Like
bro, like,
that's why I
you act
said
like niggas out there taking life threatening hits every day. You're running the risk, bro. But
no, but what I'm
uh,
saying, I'm not even that too. But I'm speaking from just to play the game. Like you say, oh, run a route or um run through the hole. Like, nah, it's a certain level of fast twitch that these guys have that are running them routes, running through the hole.
yeah, it's
Technique that
fast.
these guys have, so that somebody when you got a all pro corner in your face about to jam you at the line, and your footwork and how you're gonna um, avoid his hands and avoid that pressure and get upfield. Whether you're playing D end versus a lineman, whether you're a lineman versus a D end, bro, these are highly like you gotta really be locked into technique to win on a consistent basis doing this stuff. You're
Yeah,
not just walking on there.
bro. What like again, it is
And
a
that's why
fine line.
I said from the
It is a
beginning,
fine line.
it's gonna be very like whatever I say is only by like a slim margin because either way, it's basketball. I'm not gonna take nothing from basketball. Say it's not an extremely skilled sport and the ins and outs. When you hear guys like white boy Reddick
Hmm.
on his podcast talking about the ins and outs of the games and the little intricacies of the sport that people don't even think about. Of course, but that's why I said, either way you go, it's gonna be by a slim margin.
Yeah, I just think the skill set to be a successful ball player, I mean, is like from Randy Moss. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's I mean, the nigga's top 3 wide receiver of all time was a hooper. Decided to play football, and again, it's a top 3 receiver of all time. I just think it's a lot more difficult to bring those guys into this world, and for them to be, they don't even have to be as successful, but just to be successful, it's a lot more difficult. But I know we press for time.
And I've seen it, like I mean, just in my own world, I know you've probably seen it a lot in from your observation, your lifetime. But like, we've had basketball guys try to come on and play football. Sometimes that makes a lot of basketball guys coming and trying football. Oklahoma's blow the whistle, bow, and then oh shoot, yeah, I'm a basketball player. My fault. It happens like that a lot. So I've seen it a billion times. So that's why I'm telling you from experience, y'all don't want it on this side. So you might say, "Oh, you competitor."
Whoa, whoa,
Yeah,
whoa, whoa!
we
The
seen it.
conversation just took a big left.
How did it take a
Yeah,
big left?
what you mean we don't want it on that side? Like, what are you talking about?
On this side, I'm telling you from experience that it's a lot of
From what
basketball niggas
experience
that
have you seen?
became
You've seen yourself hoop, right?
from
You could
experience
not.
in my lifetime. Everybody can tell you this. You don't even need me to just tell you this. It's a known fact. They're like, yeah, like when you talk about the drill, Oklahoma's like it turns a lot of niggas into basketball players that thought they could play football. It
Yeah,
turns them into basketball players.
being out on an island with a Kyrie nigga with a handles and he puts you on a film. He crosses you, breaks your ankles. Now you're
That's not sending me to football.
not,
That's not sending me to football. If
it's
I came to
it's
play
making you realize
basketball,
it's not what you want to do.
that's not
It's
that's
making you
not
realize
no,
this is
no, it's
not what you
not.
want to do.
It's just
So
I just get
listen,
in the gym and I'm like, okay, cool. Let me get my footwork together.
yeah,
Like it's
in
not
Oklahoma, oh, I
it's
get
not
tackled. Let me. Now
no
it's
no
my
no. You
turn.
get you
Now
get your
you
you
got the
get your
now you got
no
the ball. I tackle
no,
you.
you can't feel your shoulder no more. There's electricity running through your shoulder up to your temple of your head. And you're like, oh shit, basketball.
No, it
It's
never
my
goes
favorite
like that.
sport.
It
I like
never
the way they
goes like
dribble
that.
up and down the court.
It never
That's what you
goes like
start to
that.
say in your
It
head.
never goes
No,
like that. And you
I've
try to come
seen
over
it.
to this, and you try to
I've
come over
seen
to
it,
this world, and it's unsuccessful because you can't even dribble a basketball. Like it's not,
bro.
regardless of
Yes, you
regardless.
can. But like
No, you
CJ
can't.
Stroud has given NBA players buckets.
What NBA player has he given?
Like CJ
You talking about
Stroud has
you
given
talking about
NBA players
open gym?
buckets.
You
I'm
talking about
not
open
talking
gym?
about. I'm not talking about in the NBA season. Of course not.
Right. So you talking about open gym where nobody cares.
All right.
Where they run up and down, and the rule again from a novice nigga that don't know, when you're in open gym
You're
and you
talking
get
about.
and you get a step by somebody, you're
You're
taught to let
talking
them get the
about.
layup because you don't want to hurt nobody. That's what open gym is.
You
You
just
don't.
said you can't now you gotta dribble a basketball. And I'm saying that niggas are highly proficient at dribbling a basketball and creating plays on a basketball court and things like
And
that. Again, I'm not gonna
against
I'm
niggas
not
that
saying it
against
to
open gym with niggas at LA Fitness that don't hoop. Yeah, right.
niggas like
Niggas
you.
against you.
Niggas
That's
like
you.
niggas like
Against you.
you.
Again, if
Niggas like
CJ
you at
Stroud,
LA
if
Fitness.
CJ Stroud goes against me, it's easy.
I
That nigga is
no, it's
cooked.
probably not. No,
No,
it's
he's
not, bro.
cooked.
It's not easy, bro.
He's cooked.
That's not easy, bro.
That's like
I think
that's like
he's
me
a pretty good
lining up
basketball
with
player.
you and I would morse you every time.
It's a pretty good
I would
basketball
morse you
player.
every time.
What does that mean
That's
for this conversation?
That means that I could transition to football and be successful easier than you can transition
No,
to
but
basketball and be successful. That's the whole point of the conversation.
that's a one and one person conversation when
No, I brought
like
Randy Moss
that
into
doesn't
the
make sense.
conversation. Jalen Suggs was a 5-star quarterback before he decided to play ball, so he can go and play basketball. Nigga, I mean, go and play football. He was a 2-sport athlete in high school. Like, what are you talking about? So my
You
point is,
said
there are
who?
many
You
niggas.
said who?
The nigga that plays for Orlando, and
Who?
nigga Suggs, Jalen Suggs,
Okay.
and nigga, and
So
could
he's
go
playing
and play
basketball.
football right now, nigga, and be successful.
I don't know that. Play what?
Receiver,
How tall is Ant?
6'5".
I don't know.
And dominate.
I don't know. And you might have some guys, but again, I don't. I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't
Yes,
know if
Aubrey.
at 6'5", I don't know if somebody might just jam him in his shit, and what happens then. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what his route. I don't know what his route tree would necessarily look like. I don't know what his top end speed would necessarily look like on a football field. What routes is he finna specialize in? Reading the zone, getting off the jam,
Nigga will run the
uh,
country like
all the shit. I don't, I don't see it. Like you, it's not once, it's not ABC like you think it is. But anyway, basketball. Look, we got a saying in football, man. You either hurt or you injured.
man. That's a
Say it
saying in
again. You either
sport. Oh my
I'm
god, man.
saying we got a saying in
I'm
football.
not a
You either
football.
hurt or
I'm
you
not a
injured. I'm
football
sick of seeing y'all
phrase.
basketball players on the highest stage, down for 50, for down for 2 minutes. Then you back on the floor guarding
Yo,
your man. You
isn't it?
either hurt or you
Isn't it?
injured. If you injured, all right, you need to get out. If you hurt, get your ass up and play
Hold on.
defense. Get back. We
Isn't
don't
it?
complain. Hey, hold up. Hey, hold up. We don't complain to refs all day. We don't be
Yes,
motherfucking
y'all
jawing and
do.
crying to refs,
Yes, y'all
during
do.
play,
Yes, y'all
sitting
do.
over there crying to
Y'all
refs.
the
No,
same
we don't.
niggas that dropped to
When
the
I when
field
I
to
was
fake an
in
injury
when
to
I
slow
was
the
in
clock
when
down.
I was in when I was in when I was playing football, my coach said, "No, don't nobody talk to the ref. That's my job. Don't no not one of y'all better
Bro,
talk to
you're
the
not
ref.
saying
Y'all
no
soft ass
on any
basketball
in
players
any sport
talking
that
to
is
the refs,
said.
crying to the refs, crying to the refs all day, flopping on uh
You're not
uh
saying
flopping
anything that
all
no
day,
coach has said on
flopping
any
all
sport.
day,
Don't talk to the
flopping
refs is what
all
we
day.
always heard in
Niggas
every
weak as
time out.
niggas weak as hell, flopping. Man,
You talk about
off ass
flopping.
niggas out of here,
Y'all the
man.
same niggas that
Flopping,
O linemen, D
flopping,
linemen will drop to the ground
flopping,
to fake an injury so that
flopping.
y'all niggas can't run a play. Ain't
Y'all
that you
flopping.
guys?
No, y'all flopping, faking. Talk about faking
Oh
injuries.
my
This is exactly what
god,
y'all do on a nightly basis, so they can try to get a review
bro,
for a flagrant. Weak as hell,
bro.
man. Let's
Your
move on,
sayings
dog.
are universal. Stop making it
Move
football
on,
sayings.
dog.
They're universal. Yes, let's
Move
move
on, dog.
on.
Weak ass basketball players.
Right.
All right. Uh, Bronny James. I need you to tell me. You know what I'm saying? What do you think?
We want
His
Bryce.
his. What do you think who's his comparison is? In
Man,
the
so first
NBA.
of all, yo, Kevin
His
Garnett.
comparison would be. You said Kevin
Let me
Garnett.
yeah, let me talk to the big ticket real quick. Not much respect. I just want him to stop saying what the masses are. You know, he put a comparison in that his player comparison to this nigga is Kobe. He got he see
Hey,
this nigga like, hey, KG,
hey,
stop doing that. You know what I'm saying?
hey.
Yo, you gotta stop really like, bro. Every time you say something, it's just for niggas to like you. So I feel like, and I respect you, nigga. Bronny will get drafted probably in the first round because what a lot of us don't understand, and what we gotta really understand is that man, those owners want those ticket sales. Right? I brought it up about Jerry Jones. How much does he care about winning when he's making billions of dollars off of his team? There's no true incentive to keep a consistency of winning because you have the man, you own the richest team in American sports. So these owners see Bronny James and what's attached with him and will take that pick and use it on them because it'll help drive their sales. This is my personal opinion. I'm not windy. I don't have none of this. But I watched his pro day. I watched some of the combine and I watched him. 40.5 vert. You know, Bronny is a decent shooter, not really much of a point, smaller than what man is actually giving my son hope because this nigga's only 6'1". They had him at like 6'3", 6'4". Um, so not much of a point. So he's a tween
Wait,
away.
1 second, 1 second. Y'all basketball players, y'all take different heights based on your what you are in shoes
Right.
versus what
So
you are
right,
out of shoes?
right. So official is no shoes, right? So like your
Oh, okay,
team roster will put a couple inches on you just for whatever recruitment purposes or whatever. So
got you.
so yeah, so in between could be a combo guard, would be a liability defensively, semi good athlete, whatever. I like I said, I watched his pro day and actually I was impressed. I was impressed by the way he looked, how he moved. It was a lot different than the combine. But I'm truly not a fan or a believer that you go from averaging 4 points and now all of a sudden you a first round drafted. And if your name wasn't, if you weren't LeBron James' son. Wendy did report that he's rising on the draft board, that he's becoming draftable. So we'll
Mhm.
see, man. Personally, I wouldn't draft him. I don't think with only 2 rounds and essentially 2 picks, you could really waste that. When you're trying to build your future. But again, it's a money game.
Bro, they waste picks every draft. Most of them niggas don't turn out to be anything.
But you draft him with the potential of, all right, cool. He's a developmental player. We'll put him in the G League. You know what I'm saying? We'll put him in our system, let him develop. Or you do think that he's a contributor on a team in a year or two or right now, right? You don't just draft him and say, think his
Listen,
father is and what he could potentially be. Like I don't.
I
And again, you go, like, bro. You want a starter on your team and you average 4 points. Like it was glaring that you need to go back to college. Jimmy Butler went back to like guys go back and do a couple years to develop for the league. But Bronny
if I was Atlanta, I would take Bronny. I
at
think
number
that
one,
yes, I think that Bronny is going to be his father,
you're
greatest of all
drafting him to
time.
get LeBron. You're not
No,
drafting
no, no,
Bronny.
no, no. Bronny is gonna be when it's all said and done. He's gonna be number 2 all time, right next to his father.
What? Oh shoot. Hey
Yes.
son, yo, you sound dumb.
How?
What's wrong with you?
Why not? Why won't he? He has
B.
LeBron James
Come
at
on, son.
home.
Don't
He has LeBron James at home, coaching him,
what,
sharing the greatness with him. He's already, you can see from his pro day, he can
you
hit
didn't
the
think
three.
Michael Jordan did that to his
He can
sons?
hit the three. He probably didn't. He probably didn't want nobody to be as great as he was. That's the difference. LeBron James, he's gonna pour into Bronny like he already is. He's gonna help him make the decisions in his career, show him what he's doing wrong, show him where to improve. Every offseason, he's gonna be working. He's gonna know exactly who to bring in to teach him.
He's
And
been
he's gonna
working with
be.
his father his whole life, and he averaged 4 points at USC. What
This
are
is
we
the
talking
NBA.
about?
The NBA game and the college game are different games.
Right. So how do you
His game is gonna be more suited for the NBA.
how?
He's gonna continue to improve. So we haven't had guys. Think about a Joker who was taken in what, the second round, and now he's a 3-time MVP. So how did Joker become what he became?
7 foot, extremely skilled.
So why didn't they see
Like
that coming out
what?
of college? So why didn't they see that
He
coming
was
out of college?
overseas, bro. What are you talking
So he
about? He
could be
didn't
the
play in college over here. He was
overseas. My fault.
overseas.
My fault. Why didn't they see that when he was overseas and he was in the draft?
What do you mean?
All
Why
these scouts
didn't they see
and
that? They
people
did
like
see
you that
that.
know everything. But
They did
why
see
was he
that.
picked? Why was he picked where he was picked? Can we go back to Joker's draft? Who was picked ahead of him? He was picked in the second round.
Pull the draft up. Pull
You
the
don't know he
draft
was picked
up.
in the second round?
No, I'm saying you said who was he picked before him? I said pull his
Right.
draft up. What did that? Okay, all right. So if that's if
What was
Joker
that,
in Serbia,
2014?
if and that's Joker in Serbia was, let's just say, player of the year, and they
It was
felt
Andrew
because of his
Wiggins,
lack of
Jabari Parker. You wouldn't have picked him over. You wouldn't have picked him over Joel Embiid, over Aaron
nah,
Gordon, over Dante Exum, over Marcus Smart, over Julius. If you know what he was going to become today, you wouldn't have picked him over all these guys.
yeah, hold on.
James Young,
If you knew what he was going to be, you're right. But what does that?
exactly.
So this is my point to you. All right,
My point is this: y'all don't know what. Bronny's gonna be. I do.
How
That's
do
why I
you
would
know
pick
and
him number
nobody else
one.
know? How do you know and
Why
nobody
did
else
I
know?
know? Why
How
did
do
I
you
know
know and
it was going?
nobody else know?
Why did I know it was going to be Denver in 5?
Oh my God, nigga, you
Why
guessed.
did I know that? No, I
You
didn't.
didn't know that. You
It's
guessed.
basketball knowledge.
No,
That's
you
why I
guessed.
knew
You
it was
just
going to
said
be.
he's gonna be better than
That's
one
why I knew it
game.
was going to be Denver in 5. That's the
Bro,
point. So
you
I know.
just said that Bronny James is gonna be second to his father all time. That's
Yes, I
just
did
the
not
words that
stutter.
just came out of your mouth.
Yes, I did not stutter. Save this clip. Come back to it.
So, like, no, like, yo, you're bugging. And I don't even have a response for the foolishness you just said.
I know you
That
don't
is
have a
one of that,
response.
yo, that is one of the craziest, like, psych war nigga. You, like, bro, you're bug, man. Hey, Bronny is gonna be better than Jordan, better than Kobe, better than Bird, better than Magic, better than Shaq. But like, hey,
Yes.
man. Oh my
Yes.
God. Everybody, this is what I deal with and what I've been dealing with since 2016,
But you
17.
didn't even answer my point. You didn't even answer my point, right?
What's your? I was trying
Joker,
to. And, all right, go ahead.
Joker, Joker. Where can I even find Jokic? Goodness gracious, where is his name at?
I can't even see the screen.
You can't see it. It's too
I
small.
mean, the screen I'm looking at is far against a wall and it's small on the screen, so it's
Oh,
not
yeah, he was the
42, right?
41st. He was the 41st pick. Went to Denver. So all those guys taken ahead of him, right?
Okay, so
So
what?
that means while he was in the draft as a prospect,
Right?
people didn't think much of him. Is that safe to say?
They thought enough of him to draft
But they didn't think
him.
enough of him to draft him in the first round or even
Okay.
10 picks into the second
How
round.
many second round picks turned out to be Joker? How many? Let me ask you this: how many
Not many, but
undrafted?
that's the point. That's not
So,
many.
so again, it's a
That's what I'm
very small
saying. So this,
percentage, and you're thinking that
look,
Bronny's going to be a part of that percentage. That so, how many
no,
undrafted
no, Bronny
players?
should be number one. All I'm saying is that the process leading up to these guys getting drafted is not perfect. They make dumb
You're
decisions
right,
all the time.
right,
So what I'm saying is,
and
and
it's
that's
a
what I'm
dumb
saying.
decision to
So
take Bronny number one.
no, it's not.
It's the dumbest
If
decision to
if
take.
I was if
Yo,
I
you
was Atlanta
lose your
GM,
job if you take Bronny
if
number
I
one.
was Atlanta
You
GM,
would
no, you
lose. They
don't.
will fire you. You were the GM. They will fire you.
They would
There's
give
no
me a
way the
raise.
owner. There's no way
I would be
you
GM of
go
the.
through the
They would.
draft process and you have Starr and
Who
Rob
you gonna take?
Dillingham and all
You gonna
these
take
niggas
Edie?
and you, huh?
You gonna take Edie?
Nigga. So personally, I'm a heavy Rob Dillingham fan. Like, I think the nigga's dynamic. I see like Garland and De'Aaron Fox type speed. Like, I think he's. I wish he'd go to end up in DC, but
Wow,
um,
we took Noah Vonleh. Golly,
Noah had potential. Like Noah had potential, bro. Like, and all these niggas in college, like, I watched them. These niggas have potential, but no, Atlanta, please don't listen to 30. Like, please. I know you're not, because y'all niggas
I can
make
go.
millions
I
for
can
a
do
reason.
some. I can do some consulting for NBA teams if they need, bro. But
Nah,
I'm telling
after
you,
this clip, nobody's
hey,
gonna
I
listen to
said it
you.
here first. I said it
Nobody's
here
gonna
first.
listen to you.
I said it here
Bronny
first.
actually has the number one odds. I think the highest odds to go number one. This is the LeBron James effect. This is the this he slot.
This is
Ronnie's
the
signed to Clutch Sports. How many niggas are projected to go undrafted or in the second round of sign to?
he's projected first. He's projected first round.
I haven't seen the new projections where he's first round, but bro, he was projected. He was projected to go undrafted a couple weeks ago. Then they said they could see him getting drafted in the second round.
Because he had the
Only
pro
two
day.
teams.
Did
Only
you see his
his
pro
pro day
day?
was today
Hmm?
or yesterday. He just had his pro day.
I mean,
No
my fault. The combine.
the combine. The
Yeah.
combine put him to possibly being drafted, not in the first round. Come on, man. Like, this
I
is the
don't know,
LeBron
man.
James effect, and it needs to stop because a lot of you guys from the Lakers to Cleveland, like, you are mortgaging your franchise for what, one ring a year,
Bro, I'm
like
saying, what do you
10 to
mean
15 years of drama.
mortgaging your franchise? Like,
Yeah,
eh,
you
you're
trade
gonna
all your
you
assets.
get Bron. Why would you need to trade all your assets. At the end of the day,
Son,
Bron's gonna want to
to
play
get
with his
players
son.
that he wants, you trade all your assets. Come on, you know that. It's his track
And
record.
wait a second, a ring's not worth it? Ram
One
said
ring in
F
10
them
years?
picks.
Nah. One ring in 10 years, I don't think it's worth it when you can have
How many
10 to
rings the
15
70
years of a
how many rings the 76ers got with the process? How long has that been?
we're not talking about the process. He's not in Philly.
How
What are you
many
talking about? We're
rings?
not in
How
Philly.
many? How many rings has the Pacers had in the last 10 years? How
He's
many
not in
rings?
Indiana.
How many rings have the Hornets had in the last 10 years?
Not in Charlotte. So what is I don't
So what I'm
understand.
so what
He's
I'm
not
so the point that I'm saying here is
okay.
the point that I'm saying here is if Bron can come to your team and get you a ring, come on, Bron, get us a ring.
Bro,
There's a lot of
bro,
teams that ain't
he's
had a
not
ring in a
going to those
while.
right teams though. He's going to teams that Miami, he established a big three.
Lakers
Kyrie
was gonna get
was
a
in
ring.
Cleveland.
Lakers was gonna get a
When he
ring.
was with the
LeBron never
Lakers
showed
before they
up.
got AD, they didn't make the playoffs.
What I'm saying is
So they traded Brandon Ingram, Kuzma,
they would have got a ring with them,
did all their assets for AD, and they won the ring that year and have sucked ever since.
but they got
So
the ring. They got the
and
ring.
so to the point, I'm telling you, I would rather have those young assets develop and be a dynasty for 5, 6, 7 years than get
A
one ring
dynasty, a
and
dynasty has a no. A dynasty has a ring. So you thought that Brandon
right.
Ingram and them guys was gonna develop to the point where they're gonna be able to get a ring.
Look at Jordan Clarkson. Look at Julius Randle. Look at Brandon Ingram. Look at the talent that they traded away. If they were still with the Lakers, they would be competing for rings for years.
Bro, there's a lot of teams with talent.
LeBron hasn't seen
76ers
a.
have talent. The Houston Rockets, they had
Why
talent.
are we
James Harden,
talking
them,
about
the
teams?
Clippers.
He's not going to
The
those
point is, I'm
teams.
telling you that what I'm telling you is because you're saying that they just keep their talent and then they're gonna develop their talent and be able to compete for rings or have a dynasty. Those are the words that you're talking about. What I'm saying is when you look around the league, there's a lot of teams that's had guys that's had talent and have not been able to go and get a ring. And not even not just go get a ring. I'm talking about for 10 years have not had no ring. So for you to say that, so if somebody
Yeah,
can
so
come and onto my team and get me a ring, and I am more sure of that than any other route to get it. Come on, let's get the ring. It's that important. It
right.
stays in your
So now
franchise forever.
so now
That
let me
that
say
banner
this.
hangs forever.
So let's say this. Okay. So to your point, he's played for the Lakers, he's played for Miami, he's played for Cleveland.
Yep. Got
And
them
all
all
of those
ring.
in all of
All
those
ring.
situations, hold on, outside of Cleveland, every that all the both of those franchises were already champions. All right. So both of those franchises have
But
sustained
but not
longevity.
with but not with a nucleus that he went into. You see what I'm saying?
So when he went to Miami, he built a big three. He didn't go and establish nothing. He brought it. He built a
That's what
big
I'm
three.
saying.
He brought
Right.
all right.
Cool.
So again, you traded Mike Beasley, you traded all your assets. All right, cool. So you're bringing up the Pacers of the process in the Indiana. He's not going to those situations because he wouldn't be successful. So he goes to the Lakers. He
That you're
hold
missing
on.
my point with that.
No,
I'm
I'm
not
not
talking
missing your
about.
point.
It's not that
You're
he's
talking
gonna
about
go there. It's the point that
I said that and
those
you brought
teams
them up
don't.
because they've kept their assets to build. Indiana's in the Eastern Conference Championship based off of their assets. Dallas
Right.
Mavericks are in the champions on Western because of their assets. Minnesota because of their assets. There are every team right now
But
in
when
the
was the last
finals.
time Minnesota won a ring?
Every team in the finals is there because of their assets, not because they
So we
went and
got.
built a
So we
super team.
got. So we got Minnesota. We got Indiana. We got the Boston Celtics, and we got Dallas Mavericks. So those four teams. I think the closest might have been Dallas. They won
So
a they
what?
that's gotten a ring. That franchise, not with this same current group of guys, but
Right,
that's
Dallas
gotten
got
a
a ring.
ring.
Minnesota don't got a ring. Boston got a ring.
And that was
Indiana
over. That
doesn't
was
have a ring.
over. That was over 10 years ago. Boston,
That was
their shit was probably over 10 years ago as well.
no,
Am I
that was
right?
9 years ago. That was 10 years ago where
Thank
they
you.
got rid of Braun, right?
Thank you. So what I'm saying is, so what I'm trying to tell you is,
Mm-hmm.
Bron can come and I say, and hey, in this year or next year or whatever it's gonna be, Bron's gonna come and get us a ring. Bron, come on, get us a ring. We're not. That's it. When you
So
can get it,
look,
that's the goal that we're all trying to get to.
right,
All
right,
these
right,
teams,
right,
that's what they're trying to get to. They're hoping, all four of them are
right. And
hoping
this is
that
my
they'll go
point
get
to
a
you.
ring this year.
And this is my point. I wouldn't mortgage my franchise for one. His first stint in Cleveland, he spent 8 years, didn't win. Get it. Young, gotta learn. Went to Miami, built a big three, won 2 out of 4. Went to Cleveland, won 1 out of 4. Now he's in the Lakers, won 1 out of what, 5, 6? And they've stunk ever since. Even prior to the ring, them niggas sucked. So my point to you is that if I could have had, if I could see the future, and I say, yo, Kuzma, Ingram,
And you wouldn't have a
Clarkson,
ring. Bottom line. It's ring or no ring. It's ring
listen.
and oh, we
So
we
you don't think
continue
that team would
to
have beat
being
would have beat the
no,
Miami Heat and
no,
Jimmy Butler?
no,
That's his
no,
ring.
no,
Yes,
no,
yes,
no ring.
yes,
No ring. It's
bro.
as simple as that. There's no ring.
And
Without LeBron, there was
this is the
no ring.
corruption, yo. So this is the funny thing.
There was
That Bubbles championship, AD led the team in everything but assists. Did Braun bring you that ring, or did AD bring you that ring?
Bron brought the ring. Bron's leadership, and first and
Oh shit.
foremost, his experience, his on the court coaching,
So Rondo's
his
experience, Dwight
wisdom,
Howard
his all
experience,
of it.
none of them niggas' experience mattered.
Dwight Howard.
Yeah, Dwight
I would-
Howard, Rondo.
he ain't got championship pedigree.
You said experience. Them niggas
But
are
I'm
vets. They're
but I'm
experienced.
but that's LeBron. That's LeBron. So
Rondo's a champion.
I gave you
Rondo's a
everything.
champion.
I just gave you
Rondo's a
every
champion.
exactly, and he's not a champion like LeBron is a champion. Thank you very much. Nobody's comparing Rondo and LeBron
I'm not
as
comparing the player.
entities
I'm
on
comparing
a
that they're
team.
champions and they're leaders.
So what I'm telling you is that is LeBron. So everything that he brings, his total package has shown time and time again. He comes to your city, he's gonna get you a ring. He came to your city on your team's your favorite team, got you a ring, and now you being ungrateful. It's sad. Shit's sad, bro.
Hey son, you're funny.
Hey, look, man, we gotta get up out of here. Sorry, we gotta end on a note like that. Nigga being
The craziness that people say.
disrespectful to the goat. Um, ungrateful.
I didn't say nothing
He
to
came to
Jordan. I
his
didn't say nothing
team.
about Jordan.
He came to his team, got them a ring, and you would think somebody would be ecstatic to hang another championship banner in their arena, but
Oh,
it's
you talking
not.
about the playing? I mean, in season tournament banner. Talking about the in
Nah,
season tournament banner.
that too. But
Oh wow.
I'm talking about the championship, uh, uh, championship banner that he hung. Gave the Lakers another ring, but you know it is what it is. We gonna
Right.
holla at y'all next week. See you guys, man.
You already
Y'all
know
have a
what it
great.
is.
Y'all keep it locked, man. We're gonna keep getting better and better, man. It's your boy, Mr. Go 30.
You already know it's your boy King, man. We out.